Europe is on track towards meeting its goals in terms of smart meters, but there remain some obstacles to overcome. That was the message at a conference jointly organised by the European Smart Metering Industry Group and by EDSO, European Distribution System Operators for Smart Grids. Smart meters play a massive part in meeting the EU's sustainable energy targets for 2020. However, as the keynote speaker pointed out, of the EU member states going for a full smart meter rollout, not all are following recommendations on functionalities.
We are really surprised to see now that only 8 with this 50% of member states who decide to go ahead, only 50%, only 8 member states are following the recommended functionalities.
This could have implications for interoperability and for the smart grid in the longer term, so it's an issue that will be addressed. It had been hoped that the advantages of a full smart meter rollout would emerge from a series of cost-benefit analyses. In most cases that happened, but in some the advantages were unclear and 4 countries are not going for a full rollout because results were negative, although not all the CBAs were conducted in the same way.
As you can imagine, there were 23, not 27, because not all the countries replied to this request, 23 different analyses, 23 different baseline, 23 different starting hypotheses, 23 discount rates, and so on. So how to capture the details of each member state? Of course, the context at national level is different from state to state, and also to build some indicators that could give us an idea of what's going on at European level.
For the last 2 years, the work of the JRC has been complemented by the findings of the Meter On project, an initiative set up under the 7th Framework Programme to facilitate the rollout across the EU. The JRC has been analysing the national cost-benefit analyses for smart metering rollout provided by EU member states. Thanks to its experience on techno-economic analysis, the JRC was able to deliver both a detailed country-by-country analysis and key performance indicators to benchmark rollout plans.
The analysis could be further developed, in particular focusing on the solutions enabled by smart metering infrastructure. The focus has been on the smart metering rollouts in particular, but this kind of infrastructure enable a set of solutions, let's call them smart grid solutions, like EV charging, demand response functionalities. So this could be the further step.
Meter On collected and analysed information from 23 past and ongoing smart metering projects with the aim of providing a set of recommendations to foster smart metering rollout. These recommendations will cover different domains and will be tailored for specific stakeholders.
There is a strong relationship between the level of data security and the overall cost. And from the point of view of their project, reasonable security levels are feasible now with the technology that are currently being rolled out.
Consumers are the key actors of such innovation. That's why smart metering rollout should be leveraged to educate consumers on energy in general, the possibilities of energy efficiency and savings in the long term, the positive impact on the environment, and the evolution towards smart grids enabled by the smart meter.
Trust is really crucial, and it's something that you will have to earn. And it will never come if you don't have understanding. I'm not talking about a revolution here. We are talking about small steps in the right direction. And the starting point must be awareness.
In terms of smart meter rollout, electricity is well ahead of gas because it's easier to achieve. 72% by 2020 for electricity, probably closer to 45% for gas, although both will increase towards 2030. But it's worth preparing for it because a joint approach holds the promise of greater savings for consumers.
We have absolutely to include in the benefits of smart meters for citizens the full story, which is what are the 17 use cases we have defined in Esmig, what are, if they are deployed, what are these benefits, how benefits they can provide to the consumers in terms of savings, in terms of being able to be a prosumer, in terms of having the choice. We spoke about gas and electricity smart meters, but if you have a peak during electricity with the prices and your smart meter tells you that you can shift to the gas consumption, this is also smart.
So progress there is, but there's still a lot to do. The domestic consumer share of energy consumption is rising, and the growth of things like rechargeable electric cars will see that accelerate. 2020 will see a massive rollout. By 2030, the sky's the limit for the innovations that we can imagine for end consumers.